Hello everyone, my name is Carrel Fokou. I will present the results of my research entitled "The Vocational Training Program offered by Public Employment Service improve labor market indicator in Sub-Saharan African countries, a gender analysis." My presentation revolves around 5 points: context, problematic, methodology, result, and recommendation. The evolution of the gross domestic product of Sub-Saharan African countries is changing broadly. However, this positive growth, which is estimated to 1.8% in Sub-Saharan Africa between 2000 and 2014, is lower than the population growth, which is estimated to 3% in Sub-Saharan Africa between 2000 and 2014. The shift between the growth of gross domestic product and growth and population growth can explain the high level of informality, which is estimated to 79% for women and 68% for men, and the high rate of not educated employment and training, which is estimated to 35% for women and 20% for men. The African Development Bank argued that to wait for full employment, Africa must create 20 million jobs a year between 2018 and 2030. Country also put in place many actions to promote employment and resolve this difficulty. We also have national and supranational strategic and programmatic plan, employment policy, which is possible passive employment policy and active employment policy. There is also at least one public employment service in each country. In Cameroon, we have National Employment Fund, we have National Employment and Labor Office in Congo Brazzaville, Youth Employment Agency in Ivory Coast, Directorate of Employment in Senegal, National Office for Promotion of Employment in Chad. Active employment policy in general and vocational training are the most widely used in the world. Vocational training is defined as any activity aimed to fostering the knowledge, skill necessary for the proper exercise of a specific activity or set of activities. Vocational training also represents a fast-paced means of skill acquisition. There is a paucity of empirical evidence on the evaluation of public employment service in Africa in general and Sub-Saharan Africa in particular. And there is no consensus on the literature review. Some studies found the positive effect of vocational training on labor market, and others found the inconsistent effect of vocational training on labor market outcome. The lack of consensus in the existing literature on the one hand, and the lack of empirical evidence in the field in Sub-Saharan Africa on the other hand, lead us to ask the question of what are the effects of the vocational training program offered by Public Employment Service on labor market indicator in Sub-Saharan Africa. The objective of this study is to evaluate the effect of vocational training on access to employment for men and women, and evaluate the effect of vocational training on the wage for men and women. The data collected for this study come from 5 countries: Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Congo Brazzaville, Chad, and Senegal. Overall data is evaluated to 4,936 individuals. We have 2 groups of individuals: those who are registered to public employment service, and those who do not register. We also have between those who are registered, those who benefit for or at least one support offered by public employment service, and those do not recipient. Between those who receive one support, we have those who receive vocational training and those receive another support. Those who receive vocational training is 3,505, which is 35.31% of the overall sample of those who registered, and 74% of those who will receive at least one program. The empirical strategy in this study consists to use the adjustment by regression which inverts Viking propensity score to compare the result of labor market for those who receive vocational training and those who do not receive vocational training. The overall result show that vocational training offered by public employment service have a positive impact on employment. The impact is also positive for men and women. We also found that the vocational training have a positive impact on wage globally and for men and women. When you focus on the effect for each country, we found that the vocational training have a positive effect of employment in all countries. We also found that the effect is more important for women than men in Cameroon, Congo Brazzaville, and Ivory Coast. When we focus on the effect of vocational training on wage in each country, we found that the vocational training has a positive effect on wage in only two countries, Cameroon and Senegal. The effect is negative in Congo and Ivory Coast, and in Chad we have no effect. When we focus on gender, we found that the effect is more important for women than for men in Cameroon and Chad. As recommendation, we can tell that promoting vocational training as a means of promoting employment in Sub-Saharan Africa, promote vocational training as a means of women's social rights, and associate with policy for vocational training policy to promote entrepreneurship. Thank you for your kind attention.